Welcome to this video about the digestive system. In this video, we're going to go over the overview of anatomy of what goes on within our GI system. We'll talk about all of the organs, and then in future videos, we'll talk about what is special about each one of them. So first off, we have our mouth. Mouth is very important. This is where we take bites. Bites are important. This is also where we get a lot of our taste coming through the papilla on the tongue. All that makes life a lot better when we can eat things like bacon or bananas, both good. So we have our oral cavity here. Our oral cavity, our oropharynx is going to be posterior to that oral cavity. We're going to have the laryngopharynx that is posterior to the larynx and posterior to the epiglottis. Epiglottis right there, laryngopharynx. And then we have our esophagus. The esophagus is that muscular tube that essentially propels food into the stomach. That's the main function of it. Okay, here we have our stomach, and there are many different pieces of that. So just pull it off. We can see all of the different gastric rugae, all those different folds. We're going to have a cardiac sphincter up here that will allow food into the stomach. We're also going to have a pyloric sphincter down here. This is what's going to be what regulates food going into the small intestine. Our small intestine is going to be all over here. If I take off the top of my large intestine, or at least a piece of it, we can see as food goes, or the bolus leaves the stomach, it's going to enter into the small intestine. And the small intestine has three different pieces. The first part is the duodenum. Second part is the jejunum, and it's sort of in there somewhere. And then the ileum is the third part. The ileum is going to be what exits into that large intestine. So duodenum, jejunum, and ileum is what goes into that large intestine. I always remember, don't jump in, don't, duodenum, jump, jejunum, ileum. I've also heard like DJI, don't jump in, whatever works for you. Our ileum will then go through what's called the ileocecal valve, and this is going to be what prevents or regulates food going from that small intestine to large intestine. This first blind-ended pouch right here, this is going to be that cecum. So that ileocecal valve goes from the ileum into the cecum. You can see the appendix hanging down right here. That appendix is going to be sort of a vestigial structure, not super important. If it gets infected, we can remove it and you don't die. So that's that. After our cecum, we're going to have the ascending colon. Ascending colon. What I've removed from over here